Because I hate myself, I decided to do a run of Pikmin 2 completely deathless. This means no Pikmin left behind. If a Pikmin dies, I have to restart whatever I was doing. We are back with another episode of completing Pikmin 2 completely deathless. Yes, somehow I still continued to put myself through this complete and utter misery. I have now added a restarts counter under my camera so we can keep track of how many times I've had to restart. I counted, and last episode I had to restart 25 times, so that is the number we will start with here. If you think 25 is bad, just you wait. Now let's get straight into the video. On day 8, I went back to the Awakening Wood. I began by using my yellows to gather this treasure, but lost some Pikmin to the creeping chrysanthemum, so I had to restart. I tried doing the same thing, but I lost Pikmin again to the creeping chrysanthemum, so there is another restart gone. On my third try, I finally beat the beast and was able to get the treasure. After that, I was struggling with this bug and accidentally discovered the blue Pikmin. These Pikmin are able to swim and breathe in water, which makes them useful because no other Pikmin are able to go in the water without drowning. Well, there is one exception, which you will meet later. Eventually, I bested the bug and broke the electric wall, and we were united with the blue boys. We ended the day continuing to build the blue Pikmin population up. On day 9, we used our new blue Pikmin to transport this treasure back to the ship. Then we used them to drain the water from this hole, so we could then break this wall with all of our Pikmin. We then gathered this dice, and then used our yellows to break this electric wall. It was now time for the next cave, Bulblax's Kingdom. We all know I have a bad history of not being able to beat Bulborbs, so this should be interesting. On sub-level 1, we had no issues beating the big and little Bulborbs. We gathered the treasures and then went to the next sub-level. Here there were a bunch of red spiders, which were no problem for my reds. We then gathered this tear stone, which I will need because of all of the tears I wanted to shed doing this challenge. That was pretty much it for this sub-level, so we went down. On sub-level 3, we were met with these giant blimp-like creatures that just blow out air at your Pikmin. They were no problem to defeat. Then we gathered the treasures and moved on. On the next sub-level, we used our yellows to beat a bunch of electric bugs. Once we did that, we gathered the treasures and went to the next sub-level. This is surprisingly going well. I wonder why this cave actually took me so long. The next sub-level started with a bomb quite literally falling from the sky and killing some of my Pikmin. On the next attempt, we killed all of the Bulborbs, then dug up this treasure and returned it to the ship. On the next sub-level, we beat a bunch of enemies, then we found this skull, which is not suspicious at all, and returned it to the ship. After that, we went to the next sub-level. This was the final sub-level of the cave, meaning we had another boss fight. This boss is known as the Emperor Bulblax. He will jump up and land on all of your Pikmin, and he also uses his giant, disgusting tongue to lick all of them up. This was really where I started to question my sanity. On attempt 1, my Pikmin got slurped up by him. On attempt 2, I tried being smart and using the purple spray to turn him into stone and make him stay in place for a bit, but that did not work as the effect wore off and he landed on a ton of my Pikmin. On the next attempt, I tried using both the purple spray and the red spray to turn the Bulblax into stone and make my Pikmin stronger, but again, the strategy did not work because my Pikmin got eaten. I got eaten again, then squished, then eaten and squished. I don't know why I kept trying to use this strategy because I got eaten again, squished again, and then squished yet again. I did try and beat him this time before restarting just to see how much it would even take, and honestly it really wasn't much. On the next attempt, he squished my Pikmin yet again. And then shocker, my Pikmin were eaten again. Can you guess what happened next? Yeah, my Pikmin got eaten. I really feel like a broken record, but I attempted it again and lost again. And then I lost again. The problem was I could defeat it quickly, but I kept losing Pikmin no matter what I did. On this next attempt, I only lost one Pikmin, which had me absolutely in shambles.
Wait, that was so close! Wait, what did I do? Only one? Oh no!
For some reason, I kept going and tried again, only to fail once again. I decided to give up for the day and come back next stream to try again. On the first attempt of the next stream, surprise surprise, I failed. I was really starting to lose hope that I would ever be able to do this, as I failed not 1, not 2, not 3, but 8 more times before I was triumphant.
Come on, everyone. No, he ate some. Oh my god. What just happened? Yo, I did it! I don't know how I did it, but I did it!
Finally, I had bested this beast. And if you're wondering, it took me 27 attempts to kill the Emperor with no deaths. From that boss, we received the Forged Courage, which provided heat-resistant material for Olimar and Louis' suits. We then went around and got this treasure, which resembles a gyroid from Animal Crossing, and I finally got to leave this god-forbidden cave, and got the cave completed milestone, which felt amazing after having to restart 27 times to one boss. After this one cave, we reached the 60% of debt recovered milestone. On day 10, we went back to Perplexing Pool. We spent the day building up our blue Pikmin population, which ended up being for nothing because one of my Pikmin got eaten by a tiny bug. I ditched that effort and instead decided to go to Awakening Wood on day 10. I built up the blue population here, then we went over and killed this Wollihop. Although his friend saw what we did and got mad, so he ended up killing some of my Pikmin and I had to restart. I went back to the Awakening Wood and decided it would be best for me to kill the Wollihop with just the power of my fists. This took ages, but eventually the Wollihop did die. I had no idea why I did this because I ended up going to Perplexing Pool on the next day, so killing the Wollihop literally didn't even matter. On day 11, I instantly started with a restart because, once again, one of my Pikmin got eaten by a bug. On the next day, I was swimming in the water with my blues when a crab snagged some of them for dinner. On my next attempt, I lost Pikmin yet again to these tiny bugs. Finally, I make it over to my destination smoothly with no deaths. It is now time that we enter Submerged Castle. I will tell you right now that this journey will not be pretty, so please buckle up. On sublevel 1, we started by gathering this treasure. I then was chased by this fiery Bulborb for what seemed like forever, but eventually something worse fell down from the sky, the WRAITH. This thing will appear on every sublevel of this cave if I take too long to move to the next sublevel. It cannot be hurt by Pikmin and has to simply just be avoided. It will chase me the entire time that I'm on the sublevel no matter what. Somehow I managed to avoid the WRAITH on this first sublevel and gather all of the treasures I needed. On sublevel 2, I immediately lost a Pikmin to a new enemy, the Bulbman. This enemy is a mix between a Bulborb and a Pikmin. It has tiny babies that will follow you around if you kill the mother. On my next attempt of this sublevel, I lost Pikmin again to the mother Bulbman. And then, once again, my Pikmin got eaten by the Bulbman. On this attempt, the Bulbman were nowhere to be found at the beginning, so I gathered this treasure, then I went and tried to kill it using the red spicy spray. That obviously did not work, so I had yet another restart. Finally, I used the purple spray to turn the Bulbman to stone and was able to kill it with no deaths. The baby Bulbmans then joined my party, and with them by our side, we collected these treasures. Though, when trying to collect the final treasure of the sublevel, we heard the WRAITH drop in.
Donut? Oh, you're joking.
I struggled quite a bit with avoiding the WRAITH while trying to transport this donut back to the ship, and even had a close call where he backed me into a corner, then decided to turn around.
He left.
There was a lot of back and forth, moving the donut inches forward and then running back to the safety of this tunnel. We had a close call with the Bulbman just inches away from the ship, but eventually we successfully delivered the donut to the ship.
Oh my god. Bro, run. I don't care. I don't care how much it is. Chocolate cushion. Great. Run.
I thought I was going to be able to leave, but little did I know I had to open the hole so I could access the exit to the next sublevel. I brought just a few of my Pikmin over with me and left the rest in safety. We used these Pikmin to break the hole, narrowly avoiding the water wraith, and eventually made it to the next sublevel. I found out that Bulbmins are immune to anything such as fire, water, and electricity. Because of this, I started to use them to fight some of the things that use different elements to their advantage, like this electric spider. At one point, I did have to restart on this sublevel because I didn't see this frog in the corner and he squished some of my Bulbmin. I then discovered there was another Bulbmin mother on this sublevel, and on my first attempt to kill it, some of my Pikmin got eaten. On the next attempt, the Bulbmin ate my Pikmin again, and again, and again, and again. Until eventually, I gave up and just used Louie to punch the Bulbmin to death.
I'm just, like, hitting this thing in front of its children, and I feel so terrible, actually. I'm sorry, you guys have to witness this. It's for the greater good. Oh, I'm so close. Please. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I stole the baby Bulbmins and continued on this sublevel, collecting the rest of the treasures with no issues. When I finally got everything and went to leave, though, I wasn't quick enough because the water wraith spawned right where all of my Pikmin were standing. I now had to navigate through this level and try and leave without the water wraith getting to any of my Pikmin. Unfortunately, I got cornered and some of my Pikmin got ran over, so I had to restart the entire sublevel over again. On the next attempt, I used the same strategy and killed the Bulbmin with my fists, but then I took too long and the water wraith spawned before I could leave the sublevel, and eventually he squished more of my Pikmin. At this point, I have no idea how I still had the drive to even keep going, but I did. On the next attempt, I tried using my same strategy for killing the Bulbmin, but Louie somehow died, so I had to restart. Finally, on my last attempt of this sublevel, I killed the Bulbmin, got all of the treasures, and because each time you restart, the map changes, the exit was no longer behind a wall, so I was able to leave quickly and not encounter the water wraith at all. On sublevel 4, my Pikmin immediately got eaten by the Bulbmin, so I had another restart. On the next attempt, a spider with a bomb fell from the sky, and then the second Bulbmin ate some of my Pikmin. On the next attempt, one of my Bulbmin died to a bomb again. And then on the next attempt, I gathered some treasures, but took too long again, and the water wraith appeared.
It's here. Oh my god.
I then decided to hide my Pikmin in this pipe and go investigate. I contemplated what to do for a long time here, but eventually I got the courage to go and get the last treasure that I was able to obtain from the golden beetle. I decided to try and trick the water wraith into staying in one place by putting Louie over in this corner to lure it over and make it stay focused on him. This actually worked and allowed me to move to the next sublevel with no issues. Finally, after all of that distress and turmoil, we made it to the final floor. I could finally put this terrifying beast to rest. I turned some of my blues into purples and went over to destroy the water wraith once and for all. I killed it with pure revenge in my soul. This thing caused me so much stress that I stopped breathing. It deserved to have the same fate. I defeated the beast in just one attempt with my Pikmin, and he dropped the professional noisemaker, which honestly is a god tier item that makes it so I no longer have to manually pluck Pikmin. With that, we defeated yet another boss with no deaths and completed this cave. This cave brought us to the 70% of debt recovered milestone. On the next day, I returned to the Awakening Wood where I lost some Pikmin to this Woollyhop at the very end of the day, making everything I did before that completely useless. And then when I tried again, I lost some Pikmin to the Creeping Chrysanthemum. And then, once again, on the next day, my Pikmin received the same fate from the Creeping Chrysanthemum. On the next attempt, I made it almost entirely through the day with no deaths, but at the very end, my Pikmin decided to jump in the water and drown themselves, and there was a raid, so it was very chaotic, and I went into the water with a bunch of my Pikmin, ultimately losing them all to drowning. On the next attempt, my Pikmin were yet again killed by this Woollyhop. And then, on this attempt, I tried using purples to defeat the Woollyhop, but ultimately that strategy did not work either. I tried again and failed. On my final attempt of the stream, I made it all the way over the bridges with no deaths, but then for some reason, right when I was almost victorious, Some of my white Pikmin drowned in the water.
Oh, I thought they were going in the water. Okay, what's over here? I freaking knew it, bro. No one likes you. Really? You're joking!
I got so frustrated that I ended for the day because I simply could not keep doing this to myself. Will I ever even get over the bridges? Will I ever get to move on with this challenge? Why do I keep doing this to myself? Find out in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe as it really helps me out. Also, I streamed all of this footage over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/IHaveBrewster. Feel free to come check it out over there if you want to be more involved with my community. Thank you again for checking the video out, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!